Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and as you can see I'm here with my car. And if you guys recall, I had this is my Verna, and about 8 months ago I had actually posted a video about this one, but that was just about after 2 months of owning this car. Now it's been almost around 10 months, and next month will be its annual service. So I wanted to give you a quick overview. How is this car faring now? I'll talk about how is the actual mileage and stuff. And guys, this is the petrol automatic variant that I'm driving, so let's check it out. So if you talk about the features, this is the highest end variant, guys. This is known as the SXO. This is the petrol variant, and as you can see here, we also have the sunroof on this one, and we also have this audio system. I think so this is also available in the lower end variants, but this supports both Android Auto as well as Apple CarPlay. In fact, I had already made a dedicated video around Android Auto. Again, check out that, but it also works with Apple CarPlay. Right now I'm using it with the Apple CarPlay. So in terms of what do you say features, it's fully loaded. And also I like the fact that this one actually has that ventilated seat, so cool air actually comes out from the seats, but again it's only for the front seats. So in terms of features, I would say I'm pretty happy with the feature set what Honda has provided on this one. Talking about the steering, again, as you can see, this is the steering that we have on this one, and we have actually a lot of buttons over here. Initially I felt that there were too many buttons, but now after about a while I have gotten used to it. Again, as you can see, we are on a very bad road right now, almost road is not there, and the suspension is also actually pretty decent on this car. It's not the softest, I would say. There is some stiffness, but again, even in bad roads like this, it handles it. Now moving back to the steering, as I've told you, it has a lot of buttons here on the steering, and I've gotten used to it. It also has voice controls and stuff. So yeah, initially I thought there were too many buttons on this, but now I've gotten used to the same. And the steering feel is actually good. It's typical Hyundai, guys. In what do you say, low speed city driving, it is very, very light steering, so it's very easy to drive in city traffic. But it starts to weigh up a little bit, I would say, in when you increase the speed. But again, yeah, it's typical Hyundai, what do you say, steering. If you have driven any Hyundai car, that's the similar feel that this one will give you. So as you can see, guys, I'm just moving around. This is not that much congested area. In terms of drivability, as I've mentioned, this is the automatic version, and it's basically a torque converter that is there for changing the gears. It does it automatically. It's very simple. We don't have a lot of modes like sports mode or a comfort mode in this car. That might be one of the downsides of it. Just one regular mode, and as you can see, this is not very heavy city traffic, and it rides effortlessly in this kind of traffic. You won't even come to realize when the gears are changing in city traffic conditions like this. So it works really well, I would say. But one thing that I do not like with this car is that it doesn't have any paddle shifters over here. For example, the Honda City has that, so we don't have that. We do have it here, the lower lever over here. We can put it and change the manual gear, but I feel they should have given the paddle shifters over here. That is more practical in my frank opinion. In terms of drivability, again, as I've told you, it is good. The AC works very well. We have complete climate control. You can just keep it on auto and it will adjust the blower itself. I'm just removing it from auto because I'm recording. My microphone will pick it up, but in auto everything is done automatically, as you can see. I'm just going to remove it from auto. So the AC has been good, but one thing that I've noticed is that I have to set the temperature about 22 degrees or something like that. So I don't think so this is calibrated that well, but when I keep it about 22.5 or around 22, it chills the cabin in about 10 minutes. Another thing that I really like about this variant, and guys, this is the SXO variant, as I have told you, and this might be the best thing about this car personally for me, and this is you see these options over here, these three. This is the ventilated seats option, and cool air actually comes from the seats itself and cools you. But again, this is only for the front seats, not for the back seats. And regarding the comfort, while driving, it is a very comfortable car. Just like Hyundai cars, it's very comfortable, and in city traffic it's very smooth, I would say. And I have driven it in slight highways also. For high speeds, I went till is about 120, and then also the car was very stable, so it doesn't give you that shaky feeling when you go even above 100. So that way it's good. And mostly in city traffic, as you're driving like this, right now we are at 50 or whatever, it's really smooth, and we hardly come to know even when the gears are actually changing. So guys, just wanted to give you an idea about the actual mileage, and as you can see, today I have driven about 13.4 kilometers, very heavy traffic, and we got an average of 7.4, and I've driven about 2,500 odd kilometers. But let me actually show you the historical average. And as you can see, this is the actual historical average total of about 2,501 kilometers that I've driven. And notice the average mileage that I'm getting. So this is the actual average mileage that I'm getting, that is about 9.6 kilometers. This is with heavy traffic, all conditions. This is from the time that I purchased this car. So this is about 10 months of average that I got. In fact, the average increased after about 1,800-1,900 kilometers. Now I'm getting slightly better average. Earlier it was slightly lower, about 8.5-ish, I would say. And another thing is that obviously, as this is an automatic, it also has that creep function, and this is great for very heavy traffic like this. Right now we are like, I don't even have to press the accelerator, and if I just leave the brake, it slowly just moves ahead. So this is great for very heavy traffic situations, and it works really well. Another thing that I liked on this car, and in fact nobody mentioned about this one, and I thought that was not there in this car. For example, as this is an automatic, you just leave it on the drive and move ahead. For example, if you're on a hill like this, it has some sort of a hill assist. If I just leave the brake, the car suddenly doesn't go back. It holds there for a couple of seconds. So that way, that safety feature is also there. And again, it's comfortable to drive. But again, as it's a petrol automatic, as I've told you, mileage, you can say it's going to be like what I've told you, about 9. If you drive very carefully, maybe you can get around 10, but very heavy traffic, it falls down to even 7, as I've shown you. So to summarize, I would say, let's quickly just break it down, what I really like in this car and what are the things that I do not like. First, if we talk about what are the things that I really like, that would be this ventilated seat options. And I feel that's a great thing in a, what do you say, country like India, because we have very hot climate. This ventilated seat is a boon, and I don't know why other car manufacturers are simply not giving this. Another thing that I like is this is an automatic, and it has been performing actually really well without any issues. So that way I'm happy with it. Also, this SXO is a fully loaded version. As you can see, we have reverse cameras and all this thing. So in terms of functionality and features, I'm happy with what do you say, Hyundai is doing. But now coming to the thing that I really hate about this car, and I even mentioned about this when I actually made a video about 2 months, it's about the AC. For the most part, the AC is good, but sometimes you get that foul smell in this car, and I think so. Don't get me wrong, guys, it doesn't happen always, but sometimes it comes. And even when I keep this in this rec mode like this, I think so there is some fault with this car. And to be fair, Hyundai had sent their engineer to my house to get it checked, and that guy actually opened something below this. There were some pipes and whatever, he refitted it, and it worked fine for about roughly, you could say, about a month. Then again it started I started getting that foul smell a little bit. So looks like there is some piping and something that eventually gets loose if you're driving stuff like in this unpaved roads or something. So you do get that foul smell sometimes. It's not always. I would say 5% of the time it happens to me, and it is actually pretty annoying. So that's the thing that I hate about this car. Apart from that, overall I would say it's a good car. So guys, I hope you found this sort of an overview helpful. Do let me know if you still have any questions about this one. I'll be more than happy to actually answer them, guys. And hope to catch you in my next video. Take care, guys. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.